Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Dustin here at Grip and Dip Racing. I hope you guys are using the quarantine to your advantage and getting started on these race cars. Because, yeah, everybody's been kind of lagging behind. I already know. I have been myself as well. But I'm just waiting on a few more parts to get on started on my Civic. So while I'm down waiting on a couple things, I'm going to go ahead and get this engine wrapped up. Well, tore down, cleaned up, and getting ready to be installed in one of my EK hatches. I just recently bought 3 this week. Went on a limb. I found one chassis. It was pretty cheap, so went and picked that one up. And then I found another one. Well, I was talking to that dude for a while, and I finally got up to Mount Washington to pick that one up. And then a few days later, one of my buddies messaged me on Instagram, was saying, "Hey, man, here's a really clean shell. I didn't know if you wanted to go pick it up, but I wasn't able to go up to Ohio. My girlfriend was kind of concerned with the amount of cases that were up there, so I had to pull some strings, and my buddy Joe, MVP, he went down there and picked it up for me, and he delivered it. It was the it was the hardest thing ever, but yeah, no, I got it done. I just, had to pay him a little bit of money and some gas, pay for the gas and everything. And he went up there and picked it up. It's a dark purple hatch. So yeah, now I've got a silver EK hatch, a dark purple EK hatch, a black EK hatch, and my primered EK hatch that I've had for the last 8 years. Well, yeah, 8 years. And yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, getting some of these brought back from the dead, get some of these up to par with Grip and Dip Racing. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started on this engine. We're gonna, like I said, tear it apart, clean everything, inspect everything. I am gonna throw a new clutch on it, so I'm not gonna be able to put it all back together tonight, but we'll go ahead and knock out the majority of it. So let's get started. So I guess I just have this harness laying up there. Double check, make sure there's nothing cut off of it, like all harnesses. A little bit of corrosion on there, so I'll clean this up a little bit. Alright, actually, looks like there's not even a plug cut off. Perfect. Distributor. Alright. Uncut harness for the win. Alright, got the fuel rail. Just barely set on there, so go ahead and rip that off as well. Get a new intake gasket for it. I'm pretty much gonna reseal this whole engine. Yeah, I'm gonna do a timing kit, timing belt, pretty much everything. I've got a timing kit over there. I just gotta find. I've got a plethora of freaking Honda B series stuff. Finger. Hey everybody, what's going on? Thanks for tuning back into the channel. It's Dustin here, Grip and Dip Racing, and yeah, it's another day in paradise. We've got a great sunny day. It's nice. It's probably about like mid 70s to low 80s, and yeah, not too much humidity today kicking in. So we're just planning on rocking and rolling. It's now pretty much left off. I've stripped the engine. The only thing I haven't taken off is the harmonic balancer, the flywheel, and the timing, but everything else is pretty much off. The only reason why I have the distributor on is because this is an old shitty distributor, and I just don't want any oil or water getting the oil right now, because I'm going to be pressure washing it and cleaning it all up. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get the exterior of this block cleaned up. Get it, because you always want to clean the outside in. That way you're not taking, you know, the valve cover off and getting all that dirt and all that dust and all that stuff inside. So it's always best to wash the block before you get started. So that's what I always do. This is what the block looks like after it's dry, after everything I did yesterday to it. I had to go and do some errands, and it kind of started getting dark on me, so yeah, I just hung out and waited till today to get some footage. That way I'm not having to use light and everything. But yeah, you can tell it's a major difference. So, you know, there's a couple little spots I can still hit and clean up, but the majority of it looks great. And if you're just putting a junkyard engine in and want to get it as clean as possible before you throw it in and get a car turned around, you know, this is definitely the best route to go that I've found. That way you're not wasting a bunch of cans of brake clean, bunch of cans of degreaser and all that stuff. You didn't even use a whole squirt bottle of my Purple Power. And yeah, just use a little bit of elbow grease, water, some scrub brushes, some of these, the steel bristles. They're really good. And then I found this morning. My son actually was using it in the garden, so that's the reason why I couldn't find my spat, whatever it's called. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. It's Dustin here at Grip and Nip Racing. We're gonna get started back on this B18 B1 refreshing. The last video we were cleaning it up and getting all the dirt and the grime and all the heavy oil and all that stuff off of it. You know, I couldn't find my putty knife because my son actually was playing with it in the garden. So I actually came across that this morning. So, you know, so let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead and get removing on the harmonic balancer and the timing cover. So we're gonna remove all the timing components so we can clean up underneath the timing cover. And yeah, I want to get this block pretty much nice and spotless. That way, every single gasket that I do replace, I'm not dumping in dirt and all that debris inside the engine. And yeah, it makes for a better product. You don't have near as much contaminants in the first oil change, and that just makes for longevity after you put the new swap in. So yeah, pretty much I always use my impact, my air. The air impact is always a little bit stronger than the electric. Oh hell yeah! I was actually thinking that was gonna fight, but right on. Just by the looks of just by the looks of the harmonic balancer, I thought it was gonna be quite a bit of a challenge, but. Okay. Cool. Didn't speak too soon. Thought I did. But I always catch that Woodrow key. Some people call it different things, but I've always known them as to be Woodrow keys. But yeah, just loosening it up so I can pop the valve cover up and get all the rest of the bolts out. Alright, so the valve cover, you only have the two bolts right there, and then pretty much just got pick it up out of the valve cover. A little bit easier if you get this up a little bit higher, but you just go ahead and take it all the way off. Whatever. I've never had a problem with it, but of course, as soon as I go to take a video, every single problem is gonna arise. Doo-doo. And yes, I still have all my spark plugs in. Definitely want to keep them in there whenever you're cleaning up, cleaning the block, doing anything. That way you don't drop anything inside. No bolt in there. All right, ta-da. See, there's not too much oil back there, but still a little bit. Actually, it looks really clean under here, considering what I was expecting. What in the world? Well, that's all melted, so yep. World. Yeah, I don't see that running too good. Looks like that would be rubbing on there. So I'm glad I took this apart and didn't wonder where all that smoke was coming from. Because yeah, that definitely would be smoking. So all right, well I'm probably gonna take that off and clean that up with the X-Acto knife. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this engine in time first, and then yeah, let's get to it. Now that it's in time, I go about right here. There's a timing mark here, timing mark here. Want it to be equal with the bridge of the head. And then down here, there's a little arrow. There you go. And you point it right there. So whenever you get that, those 3 points marked up, and so I push down on the tensioner, just like that. Then I like to tighten it back down. That way it doesn't move anywhere. So, now you can remove the head, or the belt. Just slide it forward. Boop. Actually, that looks like a new water pump. No, I don't recognize that brand, but water pump looks good. Doesn't really show any signs of leakage, so I'm gonna leave that alone. And then I'll probably
replace the tensioner because I think I got another one over there somewhere. One of those boxes, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah. Bitch.
Alrighty, so I'm about to start wrapping it up. That's pretty much it. Didn't get the timing on the video because, like I said, this was for a cleaning, a block clean. It's just kind of my method on how to save on materials and you utilize the least amount of money while cleaning and trying to get your block prepped for reassembly or tear down. Because like I said, I like to tear down or clean my engines before I tear them down. That way I'm not getting all that dirt and grime and dust and all that rocks and all that other stuff that's sitting on top of the engine inside that oil leak or whatever. But yeah,